Sharala, before we go into this lesson, we give all honor, all glory, and all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rekakwadash. We give double honors to the apostles and prophets and elders of JMS Camp, better known as Great Millstone, for the bring forth the 100% truth that I be currently edified under. Shalom to the elect, the tabernacle of David, and I am a brother to Zariak, coming to this lesson. Now, of course, we have a bug out right here saying that Hebrew Israelites can't prove the Gentiles are Israelites. And we have done this many times. Now, when I want to show you a video after showing his ignorance and the way they operate, their personal, their characteristics as to how they operate, seeking for the weak and those that aren't skilled with the scriptures to butcher them. And when it comes to men that have wisdom, they block and remove them from their life. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to show you the proof before the video ends, so y'all could be the witness. Out of the mouths of 2 or 3 witnesses, after this lesson, I'm not going to waste my time anymore, because I realize from time and time again I've made videos about him. Now this one is going to be direct. So you see, Hebrew Israelites can't prove that Gentiles are Israelites. Okay, no problem. Very simple way to prove it.
Strong's H 1471. Goy.
Goy goes back into what? The outline biblical usage, which says what? Nation and people, main definition. Here is the point. Usually of non-Hebrew people. Point 2, of descendants of Abraham. Point 3, of Israel. Didn't you just said that Hebrew Israelites cannot prove that Gentiles were Israelites? What does Gentile go back to? What does Goy go back to? It's right there. It's right there. Gentile. Look, heathen, Gentile. It's right there. So the question is what? I'm trying to get where you're coming at. Now let listen to what he says. All right.
These Hebrew Israelites, as much as they try to, they can't. They can never prove that the Gentiles are Israelites. That's because they're not. The Gentiles that Paul wrote to are in fact non-Israelites. That's a fact.
The Gentiles that Paul wrote to are in fact non-Israelites. Out of the mouth of this guy, he already pronounces his judgment, because he doesn't not knowing the scriptures. And when in time of trouble, he is going to be asked out, seeking for the same men that he was trying to debunk, and we will never help him. Now watch this. Let's go into the book of Corinthians. Let's go into 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verses 2. Let's go from verses 1 to be exact. Just to get to the point. And it says, now pay attention to this. Matter of fact, there's another precept. I will get it after. But this is considering what Paul wrote. As he says, Paul, right? It says, now concerning spiritual gifts. It says, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Let's go and take our time to examine the word brethren and who he's speaking about. Let's go into the Blotted Bible. Simple as you can get it. Let's go into that word, brethren. See, so far, I am proving myself. I'm going into the words to get the understanding. Notice how the video that he says we cannot, we have already did. These false claims are not going to help you, sir. You already got caught by many brothers, and I was a witness to them. And you blocked them. There was even a girl by the name of We Are Jacob's Children who you blocked because you got caught and you were butthurt. You didn't block it. You take them off your life and you ended the life. I was a witness to that. Notice how he's coming back up trying to be prideful as though he hasn't lost the battle yet. He's still trying, like the enemy, like Esau, Edom. The prideful enough to think that the rulership is going to last forever. But you're already at the end. Let's go into the word. Take our time. And it says, brethren goes back to what?
Strong's G80. Adelphos.
Right.
Adelphos.
Right. Which in first point goes back to what? A brother, whether born of the same two parents or only by the same mother or father. Now the mother part is incorrect because we know that Israel established their pedigree by the house of their father. So it's of same father or same parents. So he's saying here, the brethren is referring to the same father, which it could be an ancestral fathers or same parent. Point 2, having the same national ancestor belonging to the same people, which again, when you trace it back up, it goes back to the very same forefathers that your seed, that their seed brought forth your great grandparents and coming down to creating you. Still coming back to what? Same father. Like example, Father Jacob, which name was turned to Israel. So we have a forefather that is Israel, which his sons make up the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So with that, again, his brothers by blood. Let's go down a little bit more. Let's read it again. Strong definition. As a connective particle, it says, the womb, a brother, literally or figuratively, near or remote. Well, now we know this is going to the brother literally and figuratively, because it could also means a descendant, same of the same tribe, but not necessarily the same, not necessarily an exact blood brother, to be exact. But you see what it says here. Now let's continue. So let's read again. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brother, I would not have you ignorant. I would not have you ignorant. It says, ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. This clearly could not have been referring to actual heathens, because the gods of the heathens are idols. You have to be ignorant to make this, to think that this is referring to actual heathens being carried away by idols, when the heathens were given these idols as gods to begin with. Bible says he set a ruler over every nation, but Israel is the Lord's portion. He also tells you that all the gods of these nations are idols. Which is why he told us to what? Be separate from them. Let's get a precept before we continue. Going into Deuteronomy chapter 4. This is clear. This is clear. Deuteronomy 4 and verses 5, it says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sights of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. You see who it was given to? You see who Yahweh Shimei Shai was given to? The law, statutes, and commandments dealing with the covenant. It was for the children of Israel to make them holy, separate from the heathens who naturally worship idols. I mean, you can't get better than that. You can't get wrong that to be exact. Because even in your laws, it shows you for your disobedience that we would be worshiping idols. I want to get a direct precept to let's go back into First Corinthians chapter 12 verses 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. When you go back into your history, dealing with the jewishhistory.org or Jewish Encyclopedia, going to the word Hellenist, you would see the accounts as to where the Israelites willingly accepted the pagan ways. Listen, it accepted the pagan ways of the heathen, of the Greeks, making them pagan. Let me get the account. It makes more sense to read it than to just say it, Right here. Let's read from verses, from as the time passed, more and more Jews not only spoke like Greeks, but took on their customs, attitudes, and behaviors, which on so many levels were antithetical to the values of Judaism. Estimates are that a 30 to 40% of Jewish population became Hellenist. Most of the upper class was simply swept away by the tides of Hellenist thoughts. Come on. Let's keep going. Until we get to the point. Listen. Some were no doubt simply ignorant of the Jewish life and traditions. Others, however, became vicious self-haters. The Greeks found many willing collaborators among the Jews in their attempt to eradicate Judaism, which goes back into what? The ways of Yahweh Shimei, not actual Judaism, and install the more enlightened pagan culture of theirs in Israel. Which is why when you go into the word Gentile, as long as beginning with the word ethnos or Helen, it most likely refers back to the Israelites that became Gentiles in the Greek time. Hence, we were in the New Testament is going into what? The Greco-Roman to Roman Empire. Greco-Roman Empire. Gentile, let's get that word. If it's pagan, you are wrong. One more time. If the definition of this word, ethnos, is pagan, you, sir, are wrong. Let's go. So, I'm going to get over. You see? You ain't going to stop me from bringing out this word. Let's see. Ethnos.
Strong's G 1484. Ethnos. Ethnos.
Let's go lower down. Right. It says, but let's see what it goes down to. Strong definition. Wait. Everybody hold the floor. Hold the floor. Let's take our time and read the strong definition. It says, now we give a definition for the word Gentile before, which brings out 3 points. Usually of non-Hebrew, which means non-Jewish. Non-Hebrew meaning the children of Israel itself. Usually of non-Hebrew people, descendants of Abraham and of Israel. Listen to what it says here. A race as of the same habit, a tribe, especially a foreign, non-Jewish one, usually, normally. Is this one normally? No, because it's telling you, going back into the lesson, ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Remember, the children of Israel joined themselves to the heathens and was sold to do mischief. The Bible made it as clear as you can get it. They went and practiced on the customs of the heathens, which would have made them cut off according to the law in Leviticus chapter 18, verse 29 to 30. Being cut off meaning being broken of the covenant. But he still had mercy on us, which is why he still sent and appointed the prophets, which all were Israelites, all of them, to reconcile the children of Israel back to the Heavenly Father. The death of Yahushua HaMashiach was for the children of Israel, to give repentance and forgiveness of sins. So, ye know that you are Gentiles. You see where the usually comes in? Because this is not of the usual. This is under, separate from the usual suspect of Gentiles being Gentiles or heathen being the other nations. Make it make sense. The heathens worship idols. That's their gods. Bible tell you that. So to see a nation being led away by dumb idols would only refer to one thing: his people being led away. And the precept to that simply is in Deuteronomy 4. This is why I say wait and let me get the precept after. It says, and Yahweh shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathens, whither Yahweh shall lead you. Who is leading you to that? Is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And it goes on to say, and there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. Isn't this directly referring to the exact same precept in 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 2? If you say no, you know you are lying through your teeth. You know you're being disingenuous at this point in time. So I think it's certain enough, and we have already proved Paul speaking to the Israelites, which were Gentiles, which were pagan. Because let's go back into the definition. We ain't done. Let's read. By implication, what did it say? By implication what? Pagan. By implication what? One more time. Pagan. Israelites, according to the history which we read, became pagan. Following after the customs of the heathens, the abominable customs and ways. When they go more into the history, they built gymnasiums, or what it's called, a place of exercise which they would go to naked as they're born. They would restitch their foreskin. These are abominable ways. These are what makes Israel pagan, following after other gods and partaking of their culture and practices. Anyways, now you see in 3 accounts: 1, definition; 2, historical points; 3, Paul's writing. One more time: 1, definition; 2, historical points; 3, Paul's writing. Directly Paul's writing. So, I mean, you said something, eh? You said something, but let me add more to the fire one time, because we could keep going to the history, but let me get some sweet accounts in the Maccabees as well now, to make sure you understand as to how we became that pagan. You know, that word itself, pagan, how we became pagan. Let's read. And it says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites. We had heathens there. And then what we had? We had Israelites also. All the heathens agreed because they are accustomed with that practice. All the heathens agreed because they are accustomed with that practice. But listen to what the Bible tells you. It specifically outlines the Israelites, and it says, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath, which the account we got in the historical points in the Jewish encyclopedia, Helen. It's not hard to look up. It's not hard to look up. It's not hard to read. Jewish encyclopedia, the Helen. You cannot bypass. You cannot get around. It's history. It's history. So you see, we use 3 points on just to make sure you understand it. To make sure you understand it. If you still can't get it, hey, you can't get it. Can't fight you. You can't get it, you can't get it. But it still say, but we still prove that Israelites were Gentiles, eh? Even in Paul's writing, eh? You see that, eh? All right, let's continue. Now we understand that. Let's continue. It says, so you see where the Israelites were outlined, because remember, they were a holy people unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They were given laws and curses that if they proceed to do these practices or be disobedient, that they will become what? Heathen or Gentile by their disobedience. And we can get the account even further, which let read. It says, for the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the city of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land and forbid offerings and sacrifices and drink offerings and the temples, and they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, polluting the holy people as well as the sanctuary, which is why you see the wicked Jake, they were what? They were self-haters, and they wanted to do after all the ways of the heathens. They wanted to done away with their own ways, making them Gentiles, leading to the New Testament in the Greco-Roman Empire, where the Israelites, which were Gentiles, are being brought back into their understanding as to who they actually were. Hence why Paul say, ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Because they fit the curses which I read would have taken place for their disobedience. Point proven again, eh? All right. Now let me read it down. We'll go down to second Ezra after, just to make this solid, so solid. Right. It says, pollute the sanctuary and the holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end they might forget the law and change all their ordinances. Here it says, forget the law and change all the ordinances. One more time. Forget the law and change all the ordinances which we just read in our account in history. See where they fell off? See where they became Gentile? And listen to what the king's decree. It says, and whoso would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should what? Die. Let's get it. So, listen, for their very disobedience, they were led away to become heathen. So let's go and get that account. Before we show that video of you, sir, blocking a brother for bringing out the truth. Why would you block him and then say debunking Hebrew religion after? Is it because you were getting debunked and you didn't want to be embarrassed? I still had the question. I still want to know, why you block Abaniah? Unblock him so you can come back on your live and come back on the platform, which we was doing. Anyways, 2 Ezra chapter 12 verse 33. And it says, I, Ezra, receive a charge of Yahweh upon Mount Oreb, that I should go unto Israel. But when I came unto them, they set me at naught and despised the commandments of the Lord. What did they do? Despise the commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And therefore I say unto you, O ye heathens, Who did he call heathens? One need to address this. Who did Ezra call heathen? And yes, second Ezra is canon. I did a part in it already. You cannot get around it. Even the first. I had a guy named of Lewis. I call him Luke. Because he make mention saying that second Ezra from the from second Ezra chapter 2 go all the way down isn't canon. And when I brought the account up, he was embarrassed. Failure again. Failure. A same guy who say he debunking to it. Failure. Keep failing. Let's read. And therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen, that hear and understand. Look for your shepherd, he shall give you everlasting rest, for he is nigh at hand. That shall come in the end of the world. That shall come in the end of the world. So, who is that heathen mentioned here? That's my question to you. I'll prove you in 3 points. So my turn. Who is the heathen mentioned here? Anytime it says it's not Israel. Alright. Again. Matter of fact, don't even answer the question. Because I'm not going to waste my time with you again. They said something, but then they're doing something different. And let me show you what I'm talking about Akim. I know we all know about Abaniah, a beautiful teacher, breaks down scriptures like it's nothing, making anyone that is unlearned able to understand the scriptures a lot easier. So, you know, he had some conversations with those guys, even Dave, which I was there. Dave got cut by the elder and by Abaniah so bad, and he resorted to calling them names. Yes, witnesses out of the mouth of 2 and 3. Witnesses. See that? Witnesses. No debunking yet. How is it that he's unable to go into your lives as you so request that you want someone to come and give you answers?
Now look at this.
Prove it.
A page called Debunking Hebrew Israelites. Look at you see all of them, right?
You are saying it, right?
Dave and all of them.
My fathers have known. Wood and stone is
Abaniah is going to go onto the page.
images that are carved out
Right?
of wood and stone.
Try to go into the page and see what happens. Go ahead.
And among these nations thou shalt find no evil.
Oh, wait. Wait. I thought already bunking somebody.
I didn't change it. I immediately blocked.
It immediately blocks.
I can't even go back. Watch. Where is it?
Where is it?
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Wait. You cannot debunk anyone. Your version of debunking people is blocking them and muting them, because I was on your live already. Dave was there. A guy was cutting you. I posed 2 precepts and I said, answer this. And the guy saw the precepts and literally said the same thing. He said, yes, you know what? Answer that question. Dave, either you or your moderator, I don't know if you have moderators, you blocked me. It sent me directly all the live for posting 2 precepts that you couldn't answer. Even the guy who was up there was telling you to answer that question and you couldn't answer. And you resorted to blocking me for posting 2 precepts. Is that debunking? I just want to know. If that is your version of debunking, it is what it is. But the lesson today is to make sure you understand, Jakes. This is not for the 2/3. This is not for no Edomite. No Edomites like Dave. It's not for the 2/3 like the other guy. Or Luke, or it was Lewis, but I call him Luke, whatever the case is. No, it's not for the 2/3. This is only for the elect. So I hope this lesson was edifying. to people who try to portray that mind that they have wisdom, it's easily removed when somebody is skilled in the scriptures. Now, from here, I'm not going to waste my time with them because you're blocking people, but then saying you're debunking them. Which one is it? Is it you're blocking them, or is it you're debunking them? Because it's not the same. I mean, come on. You profess to have wisdom, right? What is the difference between blocking and debunking? That's my question to you. Until then, shalom.